Hello, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 with Ace. We're going to pick up right where we left off. Hopefully the game gets a little bit more tricky.
Mankind is constantly
Excuse
creating
me.
the island of Java, tropical jewel in the midst of the Indian Ocean, conscientiously administrated by meticulous Dutch bureaucracy. The year is 1870, and the colony is undergoing a transformation. Recently, individuals have been allowed to lease farmland, manage plantations. The fertile land offers ideal conditions for exporting a multitude of colonial goods, off on the way to an exotic experience.
Cool temples in Java. Alright, yeah, like I was saying, we're excited to jump back in. The first one was very much so simple, step by step. We didn't find Bigfoot, which is not a sentence I thought I would say, but sorry about that. Maybe we can go back and make a little short video showing you guys what we missed. But yeah, hopefully this one is just a little bit more challenging and we can get into more transportation focused dogs. Because that's really what I want to focus on, is making it all work as a system, like intermodal
East
stuff.
Indies. Surely the most exemplary colonial empire under the sun. With luscious fruits and cheap labor in abundance.
Okay.
You act on behalf of the colonial administration. A gifted talent in the art of engineering, you have been appointed to modernize the local transport sector.
Cool.
Complete this task to the satisfaction of the Crown.
The Dutch Crown.
If you do, even the post as governor might be in store for you.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, the Dutch East Indies, they were totally not a brutal colonial overlord.
Scarcely civilized island. Eating draft animals such as oxen is punishable by law. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you to build a railroad so that the plantation business prospers. The delicious coffee is supposed to be transported from the fertile hinterlands to the facility near town for processing. Anyone set on building wisely and cheaply avoids unnecessary slopes. Perform the necessary surveying work.
Coffee plantation, export factory. What's that one? Just, oh, that's their needs. They want those things. All right, well, I'm excited. It seems like right off the bat we get to do a little bit more.
Build a route from a thriving plantation across treacherous terrain to the processing factory.
I really like this topological map. I mean, I feel like they should not only color the top one, maybe color this intermediate range, because this is a very significant slope. But, you know, it's also fun that they just gave us perfect little divots to build through in every direction. Ooh, what's this one? Sugarcane. Okay, so we're going to want sugarcane and we're going to want coffee, all going to Surabaya. Very fun. All right, so I feel like the best place to start is, we don't need this, is going to be the train station. Yeah. I don't, so the terminal train stations are good when you're going into an area. Good when you're going into an area and don't plan on going any further. So it's like a last stop or the start. In this case, there's obviously no cities or resources that we want to connect to on this side of the island, so I'm not compelled to build some sort of throughfare station. So this is easy. The only thing I might consider is whether or not like this station might double with like a passenger station or something, but I think at this point of the game it's simple enough to say that we're going to keep those services separate. Anywhere along the road seems fine. It's a goods station, cargo. You know, I don't know why they're saying worry about the mountains. I mean, it would be pretty bold to say I'm going to build a tunnel through here, but
A depot is needed.
Great. Depot is needed, of course. Let's get the depot going. What's a good spot for a depot? I usually like to put it... You know what? It might be worth... I wish I had made this shorter so it'd be easier to turn this around, and we could have made a cargo stop right in the city and deliver a coffee by train. Just get like that real bulk stuff. But for now, I think I'm happy building it just halfway. It's not great. I like to put it near like the source, because if you're going to be dropping a train, oh, it needs to be in a highlighted area. Well, not a fan of this either, because there's not enough room to really, like, that obviously doesn't work because trains can't turn at right angles. But we'll just, you know, assume that the train's going to be going there first. Track, sure. I also like to get them into stations as fast as possible. So to build
a complete train, including locomotive and freight cars.
This on this end and then have it unable to go into the station is pretty weak. But can I click on you? Yeah. Okay. Box cars are perfect for both the stages of the coffee. How much money do we have? 50 million, so we can go to the fancier train. It's got a little bit more, wow, significantly more power, a little bit more speed. Tractive effort is very important because your train could be, you know, infinitely strong, but if it doesn't have any traction, it can't use any of that strength. And then the wheels will just spin very quickly without actually moving, like, you know, doing like a burnout, except the steel of the track and of the wheels will wear down, except the track is almost like a saw cutting into it. So you'll actually end up with like divots in the track where your train was too stuck to get out of. And now even when you take off the weight, your train is inside of a friggin' divot that it's cut. You know, sometimes they shoot sand. They'll shoot sand out a little, basically sand guns, I guess, at the wheel as it's trying to go, which will give it more grit and a little bit more traction, because rails are pretty smooth and the wheels of trains are very smooth, which is what makes it so there's so little friction, which makes it so efficient. But the sand gives it that little grit just to get started, and then they're good to go. So train, 4 cars. Let's get the big one with more power. We want the box cars because they can do the things. Great. You've been built.
Fruit can now be brought from the plantations on its way to further processing.
So I need to build a new line and say, let's do that. And then go to vehicles, you, and go to line 1. What is this called? Okay, he said fruit, so coffee fruit. I didn't know it was called coffee fruit, that you turn into coffee beans. But whatever, we'll go to line manager, line 1. Let's just call it fruit. Even though I hate it, it's just going to be distinct. Game is paused, full speed ahead. Let's go. Is our train good looking or not? Sorry if you can't see this whole thing. Ooh, shiny, very brass. Like, that's like the classic style. Lots of bells and whistles. Ooh. Box cars going across the country. I didn't build this half a track, so it's just not as good. Oh, I like that there's 2 lanes here, so they're definitely alluding to the fact that we're going to need to up our capacity, our ability to deliver. So 0% transport, presumably because nothing has actually arrived yet. Good stuff. What's costing us money here? Oh, there is maintenance on the track and stuff, which is fine, makes sense. Oh yeah, it's piling up quick. Now that it's been connected, it's... How do the workers get here? Maybe they just live here, I guess. Bah. I didn't think the coffee plantation would have so many sheep. I don't actually see any sheep, I just see the horse. But, you know.
What a superb railway. It provides the local plantation leaseholders with truly valuable services. Still fresh from the fields, the fruit quickly reaches the factory. From there, the colony's delightful coffee must be brought to the warehouses and offices in the port for export. That shouldn't be left up to the local laborers, no way. Too easygoing, too inefficient, too unreliable.
This factory looks so modern. What are these, LED lights? In 1870, when we should have, you know, I thought gas lamps and stuff. Let's look at the city. Gas street lamps, you know, stone, stone, stone. I just can't get over how modern this building is. It's got the lamps, it's got, you know, HVAC systems. Well manufactured. And the thing that set me off first is the curb paint. Like the extra safety precaution that we take in the modern era that nobody would care about. Obviously these cylinders are something too. Build a truck stop, highlighted areas, yeah. See, I wanted to build, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to build another train station and train them in. But I guess it's such a short distance. Probably wouldn't be economic to... Oh my god, we're gonna bulldoze all these poor people's homes. But we can, if we do it just right, we might only have to kill... If by kill, I mean destroy one. There's like a yellow thing over here that's sucking up. Like it doesn't happen... Okay. Whatever. I think I want that.
Ready to go. Nothing stands in the way of speedy transportation to the local seaport anymore. Send the freight cars of coffee on their way.
So we need the depot, which we'll put right across the street. We'll escape, click that. Road depot, buy vehicles. We're moving all of this. Wait, this can do 1.5 tons, but it has less capacity. Or maybe that's the weight of the vehicle. They all the same force. These ones are a little faster. It's too bad that these are. What's the difference here? 32, 5,000 a year, 32, 5,000 a year. Is it just, it's just aesthetic? Well, I want to see the coffee on the carts. So let's do that. Let's do... Okay, I thought I couldn't go right there for a second. It doesn't give me an actual number, does it? At least 4 of the appropriate vehicle. We're going to go to 8. Because we know where this is going. We're future-proofing. We got to set them to a line, which I haven't actually created yet. You are a new line going. Oh. Nope, nope, big nope. You're a line going from the truck depot to the truck depot. We're gonna call you Coffee Refined. I almost want to call it Fruit Refined to be a little bit more triggering, but we'll be kind today.
The factory now finds itself in a laudable position by sending processed coffee into town. To experience considerable growth, its products have to reach a clientele with money to spend. Oh no! Lucas, the capable engineer in your locomotive, seems to have vanished from the face of the earth, or anywhere else for that matter. Several locals show an interest in learning the decidedly noble profession as locomotive engineer. A practice route for training purposes is needed. Meanwhile, certain signs are feeding horrible rumors about the indigenous tribe's diet.
Okay. Oh, that's fun. Build a test track with 2 small stations and a depot in the highlighted area. I mean, we have millions of dollars. So, 2 small stations.
Thanks to your reliable deliveries, the factory is working far above par. Although it would certainly be capable of processing much more, virtually colossal capacities of coffee.
Oh, I wanted to make
you
a
should
loop.
weigh the idea of increasing the transport volume, because coffee from the colony is a commodity in great demand in parlours and salons on the continent.
Probably doesn't
One
actually
train
make sense.
isn't enough to adequately supply the factory with coffee fruit. A passing siding is needed so that a second train can use the line.
Yep, we'll get right on that, Bill. Practice track. And train depot, look at that. We're gonna be super, well no, I don't want to get boxed in the corner. Things go weird.
The correct way to drive the vehicle must be practiced first, so that potential passengers are not scared off right away. In the meantime, some hard-to-digest news reaches you. Your skilled worker is said to have fallen victim to a bloodthirsty tribe of cannibals.
I mean, this is going to be a long, to get that many meters of test tracking. It's going to take a while, but I should have just done the loop. I was lazy. Test. Yeah. So then we're going to click here, buy a vehicle. Just this week. It is cheaper. Just make sure. You are going to go to test and start driving. Okay. Passing loops. I'm assuming that I need to get, first of all, off of these friggin'. Okay. So they're teaching us how to build siding. I would never build siding. It's short, but you know. It's a strange world we live in. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe in reality you should be building sidings this short and then construction not possible. Construction not possible. You should be building sidings this short so you can save money and then build multiple small sidings.
The trains should wait for each other on the passing side. This requires placing signals.
Digested driver's digest.
If the plant is to be used to its fullest capacity, another complete train is needed. Good news, the locomotive engineer has returned safe and sound. While you pictured him in the stomachs of savages, he was having the time of his life in the virgin forest. Naturally, you can't tolerate misconduct like that, and regretfully have to fire the good man.
It's very sad. Sorry, bro. I don't think we want this train anymore. So manage vehicle, train, GUI. Yeah. Cost us basically $50,000 and then all of the infrastructure we built. Buying a second train. Oh, watch this. I can go to the fruit line and say copy.
Wherever coffee production thrives,
That felt good.
business and prosperity flourish too. Thanks to the railroad, the port town of Surabaya has become
we have
a
way too
lively
much.
trading center for countless goods and services.
Well,
All kinds of people from all corners of the island want to do profitable business here. That's why the colonial administration has commissioned you with setting up a passenger line from Semarang to Surabaya. Time to build a line which will soon link the key trading hubs in eastern Java.
I hate this because now he has to wait until he. Well, I mean, that'll regulate them so they're 50-50, but still, because that is about halfway. But yeah, I was just thinking that like this infrastructure, we've paid for way too much here, but this will double and then it'll be useful. So. Okay, let's get to work building a passenger station. Again, we may as well do terminus stations because it's such a simple map. I do like the idea of serving as many people as possible. It's fine. Like we could have demolished buildings to be like a little bit more in the center here, but I don't want to destroy the consumer base. Here it looks like we have fewer options. So yeah, maybe we just demolish 2 of these buildings. I like that. And then here we'll use their overlay. So basically, I screwed up and should have built my train going this way, because you can see we basically want to cross as few lines as possible to make our train as cheap. But I'm wondering if it would be fun to say try and thread the needle through here. That's kind of what I was expecting us to do for some reason. It makes no sense in this situation, but I like it. So we're going to take this. And remember, it's crossing lines that are bad. We're moving lines, which is also not great. Our trains don't go that fast, so we don't have to worry about things. But look, by doing this, we're staying between 2 lines, and we're just carving out a little bit of the cliff. Here, I'll turn off this layer. A little bit of the cliff to make room for our train, and that way our train isn't actually going up or down the mountain. It's staying flat, as if it's in the middle of a big open field, and we just need to hug the end of the line. Going down to 71, again, I think if we look at our trains, vehicles, I'm just going to say buy vehicle at a train depot. Their max speeds are 45 and 40, so like building the infrastructure to hold a 120 kilometers an hour train, like, sorry, that's just not the era that we are currently in. So no sense worrying about that. I mean, I'll do it when possible because it means I'm making a nice straight track, which is a good indication that you've got a good line. But like, is it worth doing this? No, because again, if our train has to slow down a little bit, first of all, it won't even have to, but this allows us to not cross that line and just stay nice and flat. No, maybe I should have gone down to the divot because I have to cross that line at one point or another. I think I am happy with this though, because this is a nice smooth. I don't like that we had to cut so deep through here, and that's just because of, you know what, let's not do that and do a little one of these, and then we'll just fill in that little spot. Collision. And that way, I mean, it's still a deep fill. Oh wow, it's probably more expensive actually. I should have looked at the 2 numbers. It felt right. You know what? I actually didn't realize. We probably could have started a small cut into the land by this whole, there's a little down arrow with a line indicating that we're going down. But the thing is, if we go down, we just have to come back up again on the other side. So that's 105. Remember 105. Let's test this. Let's go down here. So that was 14. And this is 190 something. So 14 plus 14 is about 30. And then 45. So we, that was 75,000 because we just allowed it to drop. And then we rode the terrain back up instead of trying to make it perfectly flat. And that would be painful
the railroad has been
if it lowered our speed a lot. And honestly, this little hump is going to be annoying for our weak trains, I have no doubt. But it isn't very long. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, is because it's not very long. You get a nice little bit of speed, enough to get to the top of the hill, and then you keep going. The problem is if the hill is very long or very steep, your train will get halfway up or something and lose all of its momentum and then really need to slug and struggle to get the traction required to get over the hump. But, I mean, nothing's to scale in this game, so it's hard to say. But, anyways, I have faith. We might do all right. We need a train depot again. I feel like we're wasting a lot of money on train depots. But, oh, I meant to rotate that. Is there an undo? That's 30. That cost me $3,000. We'll make it work. Again, I have 46 million, so 0% of me should be worried about cost-saving measures. But I can't help it. It's in my blood. And again, we're only driving this track once to get the train out there. So who cares if it's slow? Then we're going to create the new line. There is, you know... Can I name it before I... Right there. I'm just going to call it Pax Train. Because I don't think there are more than one city right now. Enter. Then we get out of this, click here, buy the train. Just get the good one, and passenger cars. It's mediocre performance, add another, still mediocre. What's the length of what I've just built? 46 meters? Does this kilometers actually doesn't come down? That's just the top speed, but the acceleration curve is what I'm worried about. And it doesn't seem to show. This is probably the... Okay. I think we have 80 meter long stations. I mean, there's no way we need more length right now. So, this should be good. $1 million, whatever. Apparently it's easy to do $1 million. Air passenger train. And we can see just how much that does or doesn't.
A formidable enterprise like yours calls for a suitably first-rate branch office.
Yeah, we need a branch office.
Build a prestigious residence that is unrivaled in the whole island.
Build a headquarters. Industry statistics, town statistics, station, vehicle. There's the line statistics I wanted. So we're making money right now. The test train has been shut down. I should honestly demolish this stuff here. Yeah, look at that costing us money. I can't imagine that ever being useful. This. Okay, this one might be. Yeah. Oh, this won't be. So, I'm gonna spend the money now and get rid of it instead of spending money forever. It's all sad. Perfect. Deleted that line. How do I build the headquarters? I don't see a big question mark. I can't just buy someone's building. Contact details provide further. I need to know how to build this. I click on the city. That's one thing with this game right now. It's not always clear how. Gonna have to Google it. Transport Fever 2 build headquarters. Hey, that's right up. How to build headquarters. So this is saying click where your money is. And hit the build button. Headquarters. Company score. Build. See, like, I don't know how I was supposed to find that otherwise, but fine enough. Is it actually, like, that great of a headquarters? That's my headquarters? A little shack? I mean, geez, I'm gonna hide that. Maybe I can improve it? Here, let's, you know, it's a little shack over here. Right over here. We live by the truck depot.
Truly attractive estate, but a veritable plague is spoiling all the fun. Snakes have occupied the building. Rumor has it that a wise old woman knows how you can rid yourself of the snakes in your walls. She's supposed to be in Surabaya.
So we built a shack to bring the island to shame, and it was filled with snakes. We're doing great. Oh, come on, now I have to do this game again. Find... There's an elder woman, a wise woman.
The old woman says she doesn't know a thing, but you should try your luck with her cousin in Semarang, who has a knack for the art of snake charming. The snake charmer declared that you've probably angered the mighty snake goddess with your projects. The snake priestess of Mount Merapi is the only one who could remedy the situation.
These are pretty cool. Find the temple. I found the temple. Oh, is it this temple? Oh my god, there's so many temples. Is there literally little snakes on them?
The priestess has spoken.
And there was coffee here.
The only way she is willing to call off her children is if you make a sacrifice to the great snake goddess. Coffee, the priestess prophesied, will be the sure thing to appease the goddess.
This one is just coffee, so you don't even need to turn fruit. It's just coffee beans. This is what I was expecting. Make an offering of coffee beans to the snake. Oh no, it requires coffee. I see, I see. Here I was thinking that coffee could be made in multiple ways on the same island. Absolute scrub. Let's get out our topographical map, rather. It's pretty smooth sailing. This is obvious, but then it's, do you connect here or do you come down this way? I think we take the gentle slope. The lines are further apart, so you know it's gentle. Here, there's lots of lines close together. There's lines further apart. So, snake around the back. And we're just going to our truck stop anyway. So, that's fine. There isn't much coffee to go around. So instead of... Oh, I need a truck stop. Instead of taking the coffee into town, I think we completely cut off the city from coffee. Because the goddess needs... Oh, here's the classic. Okay, see, these guys can only receive close by, so let's just make it make sense. And we'll drop it right across the street. So we, you know, build a huge parking lot at the temple for trucks. Why not? And then we'll, you know, make a line, call it Coffee 2. What's line 1? Is that the one I never finished? And then let's just take everyone on coffee refined. Or, I don't know, 11 vehicles. We'll take everyone except for 2. We'll put them to coffee. That way, you know, they get a little fix, but not really. Transport people. How's our train doing? Not many people want... This is what I'm talking about for... There's not enough people getting to the train station. Maybe there isn't demand. You know, usually you knew like an OD demand modeling, yada yada yada, trying to figure out who wants to go where. But like, there are tons of people, hundreds of people that want to travel. So I think it's really an issue of getting to the train station. Perfect. Oh, look at that. You can do it on both sides of the street, and it's one station. See, over here, I like the idea of building an actual, like, stop, because then you can turn around for free without you can drive to the end of the street. I bet you the catchment area is bigger, too, because it's like a station. I don't know how it's not catching that building. And then...
Uh-oh. It's rumbling in the island's interior. The mighty volcano Merapi threatens to erupt. A phenomenon like this wasn't reckoned with while planning the route. The natives claim that someone has probably angered one of their gods. Whatever the case, if the precious coffee fruit is supposed to be transported by rail in the future too, then it's imperative that something be done. It seems worthwhile to remove the infrastructure if it's not supposed to be buried under ashes and lava.
I'm aware that there's a huge volcano going off right now, and I'm more interested in building a transit line. But, like, give me a break. That's kind of what I'm here for. We'll deal with the volcano after we set up my bus line so that some people can more conveniently get to the train station. Ooh, we have cars! That's pretty sweet. Steam. Very expensive. I'll buy 6. And then I will put them on transit. I should really have called it Samurai Transit, but I screwed up. So what do we got? Okay. Okay, so just remove all of this. Well, there's a train in the way. Alright, I mean, bye train. Boom, 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 boom.
Continue making progress in future. The route ought to be relocated to an area where it assumes that the expected eruptions will leave it intact.
I like that just teleports our train around. Very fun. So, train, station, tracks, you here. I mean, let's be for completeness. It's flat! Good to know it's flat. It's a good curve. Really into it. What I should have done before finishing that curve is build my frickin' terminus station here. Watch me make this one 120 now, because we have the time and space. Whatever it costs extra to demolish those trees, or if I'm just, destroying the beauty of the land. Very cool. Ooh, it has to slow down, but it's a slowing down at the stop
Danger
anyway.
has been averted, and transport can be resumed. What's more, the volcano is showing signs of calming down again. Despite that, maybe relocating the route was still a wise move.
And look, now that they got me started on it, I'm like, I can make things better. I don't want things to slow down here. How far can I go? 71? Well, again, the trains don't even go that fast, so it's not an issue.
The fertile island has a lot more to offer than coffee. The widow of a friendly grower,
And that can go
may
there.
the poor devil rest in peace, has been planting sugar cane lately.
That can go there.
Make the lady happy
I think that we
by providing
need
her with your services.
the fruit line. Did it readjust? Oh, wow, it really did. That's great. And look, now they won't wait as long to go. Actually, I'm even a big fan of, like, before they were waiting at the halfway point, but, like, realistically, you could wait on the side. Which is exactly what this does. I was thinking if I added, like, another thing in here, you could have 2 trains queued up, but from a flow standpoint, that's not really required. I want to accept this mission, but I also want to... Can I copy the train from here? Manage vehicle. Let's just get another one. Because now, the way I look at it is we could have a train here, and a train here. There's 3 different sections of the track, and there's 2 different passing lanes. So, they're called blocks in the real world, but we can get into that at a later date. Do the same thing here. The thing about building along an edge, usually it's along the edges of rivers and not coasts, because rivers are also very good at creating flat land. is it really limits our ability for passing lanes. Like halfway is in here. It kind of flattens out a little bit, so we could create a passing lane if we need more trains. But again, that's not the issue. We need more people at the station. Alright, well, let's just read this. What do we got? The fertile lands, more coffee. Make the lady happy by providing her with your services.
The sugar must be transported to town. From there it is shipped and then served when continental Europeans get together for coffee.
Okay. Now I think you can configure. Can I make this a cargo station? Does that count as access? And then platform, cargo platform. Oh, this is a messy spot. Let's do this. And I have a feeling that now I need to get platform. Track? Like, do I not need track? There's a side entrance, but oh, I could have put track, but I can't put track there. Okay. Maybe they can share. Pretty bad bad business sharing one line between both, but why not? This is different. The question is, do we make them share the whole line? Yeah, let's, and maybe, oh, now I'm excited. Maybe we just double track it. And then we can make as many blocks as we want. We don't have to worry about capacity. This scares me. What if we... What if we just said oopsie? Oh wow, that's expensive. But I wanna experiment. So we oopsied and blew up their stuff. Then we configure platform. Like instead of building the building here, we could have built it on the other side, and then those would have been great lanes. But it's too bad, so sad. Side entrance, where track. So now we can put track. Nice. And we could even do that, and then we could do platforms, cargo platform. Yeah, now we have like a bulky I don't know if that makes sense, but why don't we get another building in there? Like, we're just throwing it in because it's fun. Passenger building. I don't know if it'd be cool if they like increased like the sorting time or something like that. Not increased, but decreased rather. Side entrance. Oh, these are like little steppers. Oh, okay. Well, now we're done with this. We have a bulky station now. And we want them all. Again, this is like way building over capacity, but experimenting is what's key here. So let's make it so that these come out. Great. And this one is going to go into there. This one is also going to connect in. Okay, so that one line can service all three. And then this one, I want that to be like a go either way kind of thing. Oh no. That is amazing. That is perfect. It doesn't look like it makes sense, but all these switchings and things are actually like super awesome. You can't be going too fast or your train will just jump. But now this is some nice messy track. I like it. Had I known you could do this, maybe I would have done it all differently. But that's exciting for me. That is really exciting. And then I'm assuming it's way cheaper. 17.21. Okay, it's not that much cheap. It's actually more expensive too. I was thinking usually it's cheaper to build side by side, parallel. It's definitely easier, but like 30, 40. It's almost you. But see, I still think it's better for us. Maybe not. I was thinking it'd be better for us to have them connected, but let's separate it. And then we'll turn on the topological map, and we are trying to ride that bottom. I don't like what it's doing. We're trying to be like one line below. That's pretty high. Because we're not doing passing lanes, for the record. We're gonna have two distinct. We're gonna create blocks going either way, but this is just great. And this now I can take advantage of what I missed out on last time, which was staying in this lower valley and just coming up when required. Oh wait, that excites me as well. So I could come through and let it do the snaky thing. Where do I want to do the snaky thing? So what I'm trying to do here is create like another X where trains will go too much slow. And then we double switch again. Oh yeah. Because we need this train. Oh, I should have really done that like here and not taken advantage of the lower slope. But now we're just making a messy train line. Do we commit? Bad money, good money after bad? I think we do. Because we are having a blast. Now this is not a great spot for this station, but it already has everything hooked up. And sometimes that's like basically the economics of it. You don't want to go there. Do we just Okay, we said instead of making our trains go low, you guys are gonna drive up and over. Collision. How's that collision? Seems perfect to me. Now it's a collision from this way. Oh, it's because it can't cross the road at that one particular spot because it's like the end cap, but it could cross through the middle. I think the easier thing to do here is tell you that you're not allowed to have that road anymore. You're not allowed to expand that way. That's my depots area. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Yep. Perfect. And by perfect, I mean maybe not perfect, but we've created a monstrosity. Now what's very important is the signals. So basically, when trains are coming in, they're going to have to stop here. I'm trying to think. They actually could stop here, here, or here, because that won't block anyone trying to come out, because all of them are going to try and come out this way. And I'll even make a stop here. I don't think any of our trains would be so long that they would block this diagonal, right? Because so even a train coming this way can stick right. And then I'm from North America, so we get to stick to the right-hand rule. And look, we can make all these blocks. It's 100% overkill to have that many blocks. And there we go. So that sorts out, well, sorry, we should also have blocks going the other way, and we'll do them at equal intervals. So we could have tons of training on this line, but the factor that would slow them down would be basically the offload unload times. I don't think you could have trains that tightly packed, one at every signal for instance, and still have them going in and being fine here. And there's no switch in here, so really this is the longest block we have. It's relatively flat terrain, so therefore all of these, which are similar terrain, should be about the same length. So this one could be twice as long, this one will be twice as long, this one will just go to home. But so far so good. The only question is it worth double tracking here? I think we'll do a pass here. So once we get to this section, if you, okay, something like this into this. Nope, please, if you kindly. I mean, again, why do it like this? Because I mostly feel like you're cutting a corner a little bit. I don't know why we had to do weird back curve. And most of the time, for simplicity, you would keep your tracks side by side, like not put them on two separate elevations. You'd have them side by side. Here in particular, I'm basically digging up twice as much dirt as I had to and cutting through all this when I didn't have to. So it would have been better to be side by side in a lot of ways. I should have realized that, to be fair. I should have done it the other way, but we've already paid for all the like cuts and fills of moving the land around. I like to imagine though that it wasn't a very expensive process because all the land we cut out from here was hopefully good soil, and we didn't have to ship it very far. We just had to ship it here. Anything we cut out here, we put in here. Sometimes you actually do cut more land, cut being the excavate it out, just to get more materials for where you need to do your fills. But that's neither here nor there, because I do not think this game would simulate that. Now, these trains can stop here. In fact, they can stop halfway, even though that's too much too many blocks, especially if we're only going to start with one train. But I'd love to put 2 cargo trains down range, since we have this fantastic station. Oh my god, this is a spaghetti bowl. It works. I'm happy with it. Again, had I known about these ahead of time, we would have done it differently. But good times. We're gonna buy vehicles, the good ones. I'm assuming the gondolas are what we need. Let's get 6 times 2, $2 million. Boom. I don't think I set up the line though. So sugar. Good. The brown line. Go here. These guys need to go to sugar. And that's a lot of fun. And let's see if that works. Make an offering. Did we not offer this yet? Oh, it's because immediately after saying we would do the offering. Wait, what? Why are they not grabbing the sugar? I'm gonna assume that they didn't have the sugar when they needed it. Can I flip you around? Yeah, Uis, boys, Uis, you got nothing. Let's try this again. Transport coffee fruit is occurring. I got a 3rd train, right? I did. Look at that. You stop, please. Let him through. All is good. Who's gonna get to the signal first? He got priority. Maybe because he has a full load. He's going. That's great. And then goes by. He's open to go. He's gonna come off. One of them's gonna stop and wait. Pretty good. This could probably be optimized a little bit more, with a little bit more patience, but right now, so far so good. This train's going this way. This train's coming this way. See, these ones have tons of blocks, so I can throw on tons.
Traffic is flowing
no!
steam ahead. The plantation business is
continue playing.
In light of all this success, the incumbent governor is thinking of moving.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. Incumbent governor is thinking of moving away, and I'm gonna be the governor. That's what I'm gonna die. Why? Are you guys going up the hill now with it? No! I don't understand. Production's down because you're not receiving coffee. But these guys have no coffee. Why do you have no coffee? Okay, he grabbed coffee. Why did only he grab coffee? Was there really no coffee for you guys? Your timing must be awful. I mean, this is a good example of when it would be good to say wait for a full load, because there's no way I need this much infrastructure to get coffee up this mountain. Is it just one? If it's just one, that's...
What a godsend. The stylish residence is pleasantly snake-free again.
And that worked. I got the snakes out of our miraculous mansion here. See, it sounds and looks awful, but we actually have running water, you see? Meanwhile, the coffee refining plant over here has all the lights, paintings, and roads, and it needs to look a little bit ratty. Don't know where they're going to get them replaced. But that's really fun. I enjoyed that one a lot. I really like, even though it's a little bit of a spaghetti bowl, I'm wondering if I could take you, and the scenario's already over, but let's like double this twice, just because we're rich, and we'll take the passenger train, managed vehicles, and double that one twice as well, and just see how that works. Like right now he's stopped and waiting, he's going, like I think that that's how over designed it was, in fact, because I just wanted a chance to finally create a situation that had some efficiency. Not efficiency, but I like building the capacity. I think the design side is really fun. Like building along the side of the mountain instead of the flat land was an interesting design challenge, and then we ended up making it work with these little two different elevations. Like it would have been much better to go this way, and you might have even reused some of this track and came through this way. But this to me is a lot of fun. Sugarcane is arriving. I don't know if they're producing enough. Obviously not for like an endless tirade of trains showing up. But let's see. Shipment, transport 21%. Production's going down or up. Don't know. I mean, this is pretty cool. Whoa, it's expensive though. That's when we do the whole look at the lines, you know. We're making gangbusters on this one, but we're losing tons. The transit makes, you know, small amounts. Coffee refine makes small amounts. Coffee 2. Let's look at coffee 2. Select all. Tell them to go back to coffee refined. But yeah, like this train's coming out. That's scary, but it works. They're coming in, they're gonna use this side, this one's coming around. Like, it looks awful. See, another one was stopped. Oh, there we go, we found the, oh, no, they figured it out. I thought I found the breaking point, but no, it's just we have so many passenger lines, and this, like I said, is the longest stretch, the longest block, and then not to mention there's the whole we need to load unload section here. But he's not going to the passenger line, so it's fine. Where I see it breaking down is that these passengers have to wait a long time for this train to clear, which is fine because, you know, this line's still open. But then we'll have exactly cargo coming, and they need to wait. So just for fun, if we split this in half, all of this would go a lot smoother, because this is kind of a critical point to get trains out of the way. So now this guy's coming through. That could technically also happen with the cargo, but the cargo I feel is much more likely to say wait here and then they can get through. We need something similar here. Except here would be a prime candidate for just siding, like, you know, you double track the end or something. But yeah, see, to me this is satisfying. I could just watch these trains. I almost feel like a kid in a sandbox. Oh look, the production is going up now. Train goes by, train goes by, train goes in. Man, I'm so happy that they put the double switch, and it doesn't look like it's functioning very well here. We're covered in dirt in weird ways, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. We ended up getting all of the achievements for this mission. And anyways, yeah, see you next time. Best wishes.